Wow, this is so weird. This is so weird. No, I'm not wearing gloves. I asked my boyfriend to go get me gloves and he said no. So, if someone tells you that they're not nervous before doing this, they're lying. They're lying. Holy shit, this is so weird. Hello, my name is Lilliiaaa and I'm 19 and I did this exact same thing 3 years ago when I was 16 years old, and that's on this channel. So good for you, sissy pop. Good for you. Why? Why? Why the fuck? Why? This is very strange for me. I'm very scared. I have not pierced myself in about at least 2.5 years, because me and Adam have been together for 2.5 years, and I haven't done a single piercing on myself in that time. It's weird because it's making me feel like I'm a teenager again, even though I'm 19 and I am still a teenager. I just have not had a normal teenage life. I guess I'll start marking while I explain this. And last time it was crooked, so I have one hole right here and one hole down here, so that's funny, but it's just weird. I feel like I'm a completely different person now. So I like where this first hole is. Adam's mom just stopped by, so I finished dotting this, and I think it's more even than it was last time. I hope so. I had to delete Snapchat because I do not have enough storage to film this. I'm terrified. I hope it's more even than last time. It looks, no, the dots aren't. There's just like redness above this one. They look even. Wow, I'm scared. I have not done this in so long. Ew. I'm nervous. God, it's so weird doing this again. It's so weird. I forgot to mention that my whole reason for doing this is because I have to take my septum ring out. I just can't bear the thought of having no piercing on my face. So, yeah. I have to at least take my nose ring out until I go to an ENT and make sure that that's not the thing causing my nose to decay, because my cartilage is completely disintegrating. But I don't want to not have a face piercing, so I'm gonna pierce my bridge, even though this probably isn't a good idea. I'm gonna do it anyway. So I have had my septum ring out for 2 days now, and I can tell you that my nose feels so much better without my septum ring. Like, my nose feels so much better. I can actually touch it now. Are you kidding? I could not even touch my nose before, and I went to my doctor and she said that I would have to get that I would have to get steroid injections in my nose to make it feel better, but just taking my septum ring out made it feel better. There's still a huge hole in my cartilage, but hey, a win. A win is a win. I don't need your opinions in the comments. I already got enough of those on my other piercing videos. No, I'm not wearing gloves. I asked my boyfriend to go get me gloves and he said no. So he said I don't need them. So I'm not gonna use gloves. I'll sterilize my hands first. I'm gonna boil this first. I'm gonna boil these and the jewelry and the needle. I can't believe I'm doing this. I cannot believe I'm doing this. I still need to make a video saying all the piercings that I've done on myself, because I've done pretty much everything you can. Cheeks, tongue, like literally everything you can think of. I've pretty much done nipple. It's just so strange how much my life has changed since the last time I had my bridge pierced. Like, I guess first of all, Cheyenne was still alive and she was my person, my everything. She was everything to me, and this channel was with her. This was me and her channel, even though like I created it and made the first few videos because she was like, she was scared to, so I just did it. I was 16 when I made that video, so I got kicked out a little bit after that, and then I had to move back in because she said she would call the cops and tell them that I ran away if I didn't come home, because my mom was extremely drunk and kicked me out. And during this time was the first time that I went on my first ever binge of pills, and it was pain pills, and it was when my mom kicked me out because I felt so worthless and I thought my life was over when I was kicked out at 16. After editing this, I went back in my old Snapchat and found like pictures and videos from this time, and it was honestly really triggering seeing it because I never go in my old Snapchat. Just because the memories in there are just like so triggering. I was in such a mentally abusive household. So here are those pictures and images, pictures and videos for you to see.
I'm waiting on, and then I decide that when we get home I'm stealing my mom's card and I'm gonna get us a cart.
Bro, I had to leave all of my furniture here. I'm not gonna have anything anymore. I had to leave everything here. I was gonna have all of this stuff when I moved out.
I'll bring as much.
I remember taking these pictures from her kitchen and from her house, just thinking like, God, I wish I could live here and just be out of this house. Like, I wish I could come live with her, because I was staying with my friend who is no longer my friend at all at the time. And looking back, when I was staying there and when I would go over there, her mom was drunk every single time, like belligerently drunk. She threw a glass of milk across the kitchen and it shattered, and we had to take her to bed and like clean up the glass and the milk, and she would just scream at us, and she was always like stumbling around looking for her cigarettes, and like she lost her engagement ring and was screaming about how her boyfriend was cheating on her, and I found it. And she tried to say that I stole it, and when I found it on her nightstand in her bedroom, like, okay, like, I'm, like, no, girl, that is not what you want. Basically said everything bad a mother could say to a child. Then I moved out at 17, in with my boyfriend, who I currently live with and have said baby with. I have a baby. He's 2 months old. I moved out at 17. I got addicted for 6 months and became sober 3 days after my 18th birthday because I almost died. I was in the ICU for 3 days. My heart stopped. Both of my best friends died. Adam treated me absolutely horrible for over a year and a half. And we're still currently fixing our relationship for that little one over there. But just the amount of stuff that has changed since I was 16 years old and had this piercing is insane. And because of my BPD, I also have PTSD, but because of my BPD, I age regress, and when I was 16 years old, I felt like I was 25. And now that I'm 19, I am freaking out that I'm not about to be a teenager anymore. Like, I cannot explain to you how horrible I feel about the fact that I am not about to be a teenager anymore. And I cannot explain to you why. I don't know if it's the childhood trauma. I didn't graduate high school because I got addicted because of how horribly Adam was treating me. And it keeps telling me my storage is full, so I need to hurry up and do the piercing. But I was just saying how I don't know how I went from 16 years old and feeling so mature and like I was 30 to being 19 and feeling like I'm 13 years old and wanting to be 16 again and get my best friend back and just get myself back to who I was before addiction, mentally abusive relationship. Like, I just really miss myself, and I would do anything to get that girl back. Like, anything. Like, I would do anything to get her back. I wish I could go and hug that 17-year-old 92-pound girl who was addicted to Xanax and thought that she was worth nothing. I wish I could go hug her and tell her that everything would be okay in a few years. 'Cause she needs that. She needed that. None of that was the point of this video. Sorry to trauma dump on you. I'll get to the piercing now. Let me go sterilize all this stuff. I'm so nervous. I've just been sitting here practicing. I'm so nervous. If someone tells you that they're not nervous before doing this, they're lying. They're lying. Every tattoo that I've done on my hand and my arm, I did myself. And I'm still nervous to do this. So, they're lying. They're lying to you. I've never used clamps on myself. I've only ever used them on other people. So, this is great. We love this. This is exactly what we needed. there's blood going into my nose, so there's blood going into my nose, so I'm gonna go wipe that real quick. It stopped midway when I was doing that because I had no storage left. So yeah, I started bleeding extremely heavily. Honestly, the clamps made it more difficult for such a small, it's such a small area to work with. It's not like a belly button. Like, it was so much easier to pierce someone's belly button. Oh shit. It was so much easier to pierce someone's belly button than, like, with the clamps than myself, period, with clamps. It's so much easier to pierce someone else. Thanks for watching. I love it. I missed my bridge so much. I'm probably gonna be piercing myself a lot more now that I started again, so be ready for that content. It did not bleed that much last time, so I have no idea why it bled that much. Maybe because I drank alcohol earlier. Probably because I drank alcohol earlier. Thank you for watching. Me do this again 3 fucking years later. Oh my god.